A fairly ominous press release was issued by the University of Colorado over the weekend that Deion Sanders and his medical team would be meeting with reporters on Monday, and it sparked widespread rumors. And is he going to step down? And he had missed time during spring practice and summer camps. And then a video emerged of him saying that I need to make a will because I may not be here. That was from back in May. So there was a lot of concern for Deion's current health situation. He said he's had, I think, 20 surgeries in the past, or no, 14 surgeries since 2021, something like that, because he has vascular issues. He's had toes amputated. And he announced yesterday that as part of the diagnostic scans they do to check his vascular issues, they discovered he had a very aggressive form of bladder cancer that resulted in a bladder removal and a prosthetic bladder being inserted into his body. He is cured. This type of cancer has a high recurrence rate, but the bladder is gone. I don't know what the level of metastasis was, but what got me and what I think was so valuable, because there's so many things we don't talk about, and he was so open about the challenge, about how it's affected him, about how it affects his peeing, and he's got to deal with depends, and he should. He said, I depend on depends. And why is there a stigma about that? We should talk about. These are issues that people have to deal with. And between that and making a strong pitch for people to get checked out, he said people are going to be watching this, and they're going to say, hey, honey, you need to go get that thing checked out. You need to go to the doctor. You need to get checked. And so much of what ultimately creates issues for us from a health standpoint is avoidable if we are just proactive about it. So I think it's awful that it happened, but I love his attitude. And I admire the fact that he is embracing this opportunity to become as effective a spokesperson when it comes to overall wellness as he was a football player. That he's attacking this with 100% enthusiasm, and he's committed to using this platform that no one wants to become someone who can be an agent of change. So I've got a ton of respect for that, because I know when my mother was going through cancer, she was looking for anyone in the world who could inspire her and help her through the awful aspects of chemotherapy and recovering from that and surgeries. And if you have these external sources that are inspiring you and letting you know that they're in it with you, it makes a huge difference.
Deion's the man. When Deion talks, I listen. Deion's well thought out. Deion's not afraid to take very hard subjects and kind of hit them head on and give you some real talk, right? And that's what I respect about Deion. I really do. He doesn't get embarrassed by a situation or anything like this. Tries to do good. And that's why I hold him in regard. You know, I think he's one of my favorite sports players ever. I wore number 2. A big reason was that because of Deion Sanders. I mean, he's one of my idols. And, yeah, I'm not surprised to see him handle the situation the way he is right now. And I'm just glad that hopefully it's in the past and he's got it handled. And at least for now, he's got a clean bill of health and he can coach Colorado and be Deion Sanders, because college football has been a whole lot of fun with him walking around that sideline the last few years.
We had such a great visit with him back in February in New Orleans at the Super Bowl, and he does get it, and he communicates effectively, and he is strategic, and he's charismatic, and he knows how to make his points. And I just thought it was great yesterday when he was making the very simple pitch to people to get checked out. It is the kind of thing that will resonate. They can hear it from family members. They can hear it from friends. They can hear it from others in the media. You hear it from Deion, and it just hits differently. Here's just a little of what he said yesterday when he was disclosing that he has received this cancer diagnosis and had surgery and is currently cured.
They had me told, like, it's a totally different life. I mean, thank God. I'm done. I depend on depend. You know, if you know what I mean. I truly depend on depend. Like I cannot control my bladder. So I get up and go to the bathroom already 4 or 5 times a night. But then I'm sitting up there waking up, you know, like my grandson. We in the same thing. We in the same. We got the same problem right now. We going through the same trials and tribulations. We're trying to see who has the heaviest bag at the end of the night. Like this is ridiculous. But I'm making a joke out of it, but it's real. Like it is real. It is real. It is real. So if you see porta potty on the sideline, it's real. Okay. I'm just telling you right now, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see the practice. You're gonna see one because it is unbelievable. And I know there's a lot of people out there going through what I'm going through and dealing with what I'm dealing with. And let's stop being ashamed of it. And let's deal with it. And let's deal with it head on. But please get yourself checked out, especially African-American men. We don't like going to the doctors. We don't like nothing to do with a doctor. You know that. So I'm not just talking to the brothers. I'm talking to my Caucasian brothers, my Hispanic brothers, my Asian brothers, my everybody, and my sisters. And that's all y'all. Get checked out because it could have been a whole another gathering if I had.
Yeah, they don't catch that early. It's an aggressive form of bladder cancer. It may have been too late to really do anything other than manage his pain and make him comfortable and wait for the end. So when it's, it's a football coach and one of the great football players of all time telling you, get checked out, you're going to get checked out. You're going to get checked out. And I already do. So I'm not changing anything. I get my physical every year, and if I have anything that I'm curious about, I look into it right away, and I make sure it's fine. I want to know that it's fine. I want the peace of mind from that. And so, yeah, and I know how easy it is to put it off, and I'll get to it. It's just great that he made that about others. A moment that was intensely personal, he turned it into something that was about others, and I think that the potential impact of this is as significant as any public health endeavor that the government would ever be involved in. What Deion did yesterday is more effective than any of that.
Yeah, I mean, it hits home. It's Deion Sanders. Plus, on top of that, you can look at him and go, hey, he's lost weight. He's been dealing with some stuff here. He's obviously been sick, been going through surgery, not feeling normal. So I feel like that makes it hit home even more. But, yeah, go get checked out. I feel like between you, my dad's been on my case lately, and now Deion with this right here, like I'm due to go get checked out, right? I got to go do it myself. So I'll be the first one to tell you that, and I got to check my male ego at the door and just go over there, and I'm not the toughest, strongest guy. I think that's what Deion's talking about. Some guys, you just, hey, I'm okay, I'm all right, I don't want to get checked out, there's no problems with me, and that's where we all fall into a trap, and then it becomes too late, and I got to get my butt over there too.
There's a great blood test that I get every year, and it's gotten cheaper. It was ridiculously expensive the first time I did it, but it's a blood test that can detect evidence of 60 different cancers in your blood because it detects whatever, like there are things that your body does in reaction to the presence of the cancer cells. It doesn't detect the cancer cells, but it detects changes in the blood as a result of 60 different types of cancer. And, hey, wrong side is 60, and you've seen stories. We're talking about NFLPA upheaval. Gene Upshaw was the NFLPA executive director for years, and then all of a sudden he got pancreatic cancer, and it was over in like a month. That's one that if you find it early, you have a chance. And one way to find it early, this Gallery blood test, Gallery with an I. Not that I've got no business relationship. I just know I do it every year, and it gives me peace of mind so I can focus on the grind of football season, which is a nonstop 25-week. If I wasn't able to fully focus on it, I wouldn't be able to do it. And if you get your health issues taken care of every year when you have some slow time, and that's when you need to do it, Chris, and you should jump on it now before the season gets started.
Right.
And get yourself checked out. Get the finger that goes in a spot to the old low tech. They're moving away from the
Thank you very much, and let's go to the next segment, please.
But let me tell you, prostate cancer is a very complicated thing to properly diagnose, and you don't want to have like a high PSA test triggering treatment that you don't need. One way they check, they can tell if it feels funny, and it definitely feels funny.
Right.
It's definitely
Thank you.
It's definitely
There's
It's
Dr.
definitely
Needle,
an
and now there's
experience.
Dr. Finger. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, but hey, Deion said, let's talk about these things. I'm just doing what Deion said.
All right, thank you.
So, and Deion, I respect the fact that he's not walling himself off from life and like sitting in a room. He's out doing things. He goes fishing with his catheter bag. And he's going to coach. He's ready to go. And that's why I thought it was so funny that so many people were like, oh, he's stepping down. He's not stepping down. He's stepping up for everyone, not just for himself. So I think this is great. And I don't even know that he fully appreciates, because he's dealt with it for a few months now. But, you know, my mom dealt with it for 6.5 years. And I just know like what the Jim Valvano thing did for her. It's just anything like that makes a huge difference for people who are fighting that horrible disease. So well done, Deion. Maybe more significant than anything he's ever done. The impact of this may be more significant than anything he has ever done, and I hope he keeps at it.
No, I'm with you, Mike. He's awesome that way. He's the ultimate spokesperson. He's just a natural-born leader, and that's where Deion Sanders is so special, and that's where it does hit home, and it makes people like me and hopefully a lot of other people out there that go, I need to get my butt in there and get checked out too.
Well, there you go. Literally. Dr. Finger on line one. Let's take a break. When we return, the Titans move on from the guy that made Mike Vrabel do this. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.